Hey viewers, welcome to VL Astrology. Once again, I'm Vanita Lenka. I'm a Vedic astrologer, and I am going to be talking about the first lunar eclipse of the year 2024, which is happening in the sign of Virgo, conjunct Ketu. Rahu will be conjunct Sun, rather, Sun will be conjunct Rahu in the Pisces sign. There are few things that you must know about eclipses first in the first segment, and then we move on to the 12 sign predictions. And as you all know, I'm traveling. So once I'm back, so it will be definitely, like the frequency might increase, or maybe, it will be like, a different setup altogether. So that's why the background is different. And, I'm here in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Very difficult to come to this place, but yes, I was invited, and thankfully I met with the very beautiful people here, got plenty of gifts, vastu visits, and made some amount of money also, which definitely some part is going to the charity also. As you all know, I am having connecting, I have already gotten connected with an organization wherein I give something or the other in charity. And all my readings also, whatever I do, some part of the reading I keep for myself and my team, and the overhead expenditures, and the rest goes for charity, as it's always mentioned in my in my write-up that you sent on the first time when you send on the email. So do subscribe in, so that you can support this channel, because this is an unconditional channel wherein I give pure astrological readings. I give short tutorials also in the beginning, so that you can learn astrology. The ones who cannot pay for heavy fees that is being charged or by the astrologers, across the globe, who are imparting knowledge, but not in a very systematic manner also I've seen. But, it's not right to, charge heftily and give, lectures and prolonged lectures. So if you are a Vedic astrology enthusiast, you can go back and watch all the tutorials which are free on my channel in the playlist. And you will come to know about astrology, and you will get to know about eclipses, Rahu, Ketu also, and all the other planets, how they actually, impact us. So eclipses, actually, first thing first, there are always eclipses in twos. There will be a lunar eclipse and solar eclipse, or it will follow each other. It has to be solar eclipse, lunar eclipse, and lunar eclipse, solar eclipse, like that. Last year in October month, we had a solar eclipse in Virgo sign, but Ketu wasn't there at that time. And this time it is in Virgo sign, in the Rahu Ketu axis, when there is 180-degree difference of moon and sun. Whenever there is a lunar eclipse, you must understand it has to be a nighttime. Wherever it is nighttime, it will be a lunar eclipse that day, that night, because it is right opposite, is in the horoscope. When you see 180 degrees apart from sun is moon. And whenever sun and moon are right opposite, it is Purnima, it is the full moon time. And when earth comes in between the sun and moon, that's a science that we have learned, from our childhood days, that, how eclipses work. So when sun and moon are, having earth in the center, when earth comes in the middle on a lunar eclipse night, so this moon gets eclipsed, means it is not visible. The earth's shadow falls on this lunar, that is the moon. And whenever it's lunar eclipse, or we can say eclipses, why only sun and moon get eclipsed? It's because the story of the nectar churning is attached to the sun and moon. They are actually cursed. Why? Because, they actually got this Swarbhanu, the demon, caught when he was going to consume the nectar which was meant for the devatas, the gods. And Mohini avatar of Lord Vishnu was distributing this nectar, and the sun and moon saw this Svarbhanu sitting in that queue where it was distributed to the gods, because he could not have the patience. Oh, I think I will not get it, so let me go and have it myself. So whatever said and done, this kind of a behavior wherein you have that stubborn nature, that ego, definitely the throat was slit, and the body and the head was actually, it was divided into two. So that is why when they propitiated and they asked for, forgiveness from Lord Vishnu, being such a, forgiving God, he said, okay, I give you this, and I send you to the planetary zone, because you will be reminders to everyone that don't do this way. Don't try to cheat others. Don't take a shorter route. And sun and moon actually were having a lot of, pride in their light, that, oh, we are the luminaries. So simultaneously, Lord Vishnu actually wanted them to be eclipsed as well from time to time. There are 4 eclipses in a year. So that you people should learn that the ego will never prevail. The light of sun and moon can get dimmed. So who are we on this planet Earth? That's the reason we all must learn our lessons. We must not think that we are too big, we are too huge, that big bloated ego that we all carry, and think that we are doing a great job, isn't it? So that's the reminder call. And we must worship Lord Vishnu during this time, the Mohini avatar especially, because he's the one who will actually, the inner demon of us will be slit into two by the Mohini avatar. Also, sun and moon, whenever they are in Rahu Ketu axis, sun and moon right opposite is Purnima, and when they are together is Amavasya, that is the new moon. So Purnima means that it is going to be a start of something new. It's a beginning time. It's the beginning, or we can say the culmination of the past, whatever project suppose you have taken up. So it is going to culminate and new things will start. And new moon gives you a new light, how to complete the tasks. If you are, lost, if you think that nothing is working your way, you will find a way after the new moon gets over. So the eclipses actually, they have their impacts, global impacts even more. Personally, of course, they have. I will be sharing my insights for the 12 zodiac signs. But for sure, they have global impacts even more. Even if the eclipses are not visible everywhere, but they definitely will impact us all. That is the reason the temple's doors are shut during this time, because the luminaries are getting eclipsed. So when luminaries are getting eclipsed, that means the gods are not going to be listening to our wishes or prayers. We should not ask for anything. We should just pray unconditionally. We can donate after the eclipses get over. Something in whites, something in blacks, as in India, we say black lentils, rice, milk, sugar, whatever is your wish, you should donate for sure. It's like, you're giving away your ego. You are sharing your resources with others. You should always do something like that. In every eclipse time, you must. Also use holy basil, because it is said that everything becomes impure. Even the insects, the atmosphere changes completely during the eclipses time. You must have experienced that as well. So when there is so much of negative energy around you, so you must actually, especially it's said that the food items, food articles, you should actually cleanse them. And holy basil is also connected to Lord Vishnu. So if you will use holy basil in your food items and sprinkle holy water, any kind of holy water, Ganga Jal or anything, after the eclipses are over, then it actually purifies the whole environment. You are supposed to take bath for that reason. If you are if you're pregnant, especially, you must actually lie low, because there is a lot of negative energy around. So it actually emits and passes on to the child in the womb. So all these we must take care, because it is a very powerful energy. This is a very common phenomena. It happens every year. Every year we have 4 eclipses, can you see? So we must actually propitiate the Lord, donate, and we must lie low. Any kind of new auspicious stars are supposed to be avoided. If at all you're thinking of starting anything new, avoid plus minus 1 week's time. It said for lunar eclipse, it's 30 days, and for solar eclipse, from solar eclipse onwards, it's 3 months plus minus. We do take. So I will be sharing, first of all, how the eclipse is going to be, where it is visible, what countries, and then I will be taking you through to the sign-wise predictions. All right. So let me start with the, can't see, so let me wear my glasses. So I hope this is visible. Okay. So first of all, we have to see where it is happening. See, these are the places which are mentioned here. Much of Europe, Northeast Asia. See, you must go to time and date. You will get all the information here. This is a very good app. And Northeast Asia, much of Australia, much of Africa, North America, South America, Pacific, Atlantic, Arctic, Antarctica. So these are the places where the eclipse is visible. You can see here, when we play this, now this is what is happening. Can you see how moon is getting overshadowed by this, when it is moving? So see, this is the exit. So the time is also here. If you can see, it starts at 5 o'clock UTC and then moves. So peak is at 7:12 UTC and then moves on and ends at 9:30. So in India, if we talk about, it starts at 10:24 a.m. till 3:01 p.m. India, Delhi time. Okay, this is the RIA time, so ignore this. UTC time, you can note down 4:53 it starts, and maximum eclipse is on the 25th, 7:12 a.m. and penumbral eclipse ends at 9:32 a.m. Okay, so it will be mostly in the areas towards the west from UTC time, the GMT time, we can say, there will be night time towards the west. So that is the reason it is visible not in India, but it is visible in Australia and these areas, America completely, South America completely, and then this part of Africa also it is visible. This is how you should see. I'm just explaining it to you so that the ones who are naive, who don't know about astrology, they can also understand the concept of eclipses. Okay. Now let us see what is happening as per the astrological charts, Vedic astrological charts. Use any software you will get online if you want to understand. You can just punch in your details. You will get all the details here. And this is the time. See, can you see 10 degrees 55 minutes is moon? So you have to see this. The degrees should be aligned. So sun is at 10:55. So this is happening in Hasta Nakshatra. The eclipse is happening in Hasta Nakshatra. So this becomes, Hasta Nakshatra becomes Akrant Nakshatra. So this is the Akrant Nakshatra. Akrant means that you cannot perform any kind of auspicious stars, or you want to name someone also, babies born during this time, avoid Hasta Nakshatra. Letters of Hasta Nakshatra also. Don't perform any rituals during this time because the nakshatra where the eclipse happens becomes Akrant. Okay. And of course, sun and moon are right opposite each other, as I said, in the sky. And that's the reason this is called the Purnima or the full moon time. And we have Holi also in this day. So we have to be careful. And, during this time period, especially, we must take good care of our health. And especially when moon is forming a conjunction with Ketu, it is very heavy. Heavy as far as your emotions are concerned. It's very heavy and difficult as far as your inner you is concerned. Fears, all those things, just take over. It's considered to be little difficult and heavy with the with the lunar eclipse, especially. It is more powerful as compared to Sun Rahu impact also. Okay, it will impact your mental setup. It is more on the uh, you know um, it's more darker, I would say. Whenever moon, it's about phobias and your fears, they come up. And because it is in Virgo sign, it could lead to a lot of health issues, or healthcare industry will be required to work on. People who are into fitness, you will hear more about fitness, during this time period. Let me just clear this. Okay. So it's more like a psychic, energy when it's Moon Ketu combination, because Sun Rahu is like a self-centric behavior, selfish behavior, arrogance. And it's in the Pisces sign, so it can lead to selfishness, overseas connections, more revolutionary changes can happen. And this might just bring about some, some kind of changes in the economy wise, in the world global wise also. This is going to be a very, very different kind of a phase, very strong major policy changes will be taking place. And it is also leading to bureaucracy. There is a possibility there can be some problems in those arenas also. And Virgo is a sign of clearance. Virgo is a sign of analysis. Virgo also is about new habits. Now, if you will look into the punchline, as somebody told me, use the punchline. It's not about just writing for the sake of it, for the heck of it. No. Let's establish telepathic connections, which means that you are going to be very, very psychic yourself. So you will have that kind of connection with people. Suddenly, you will feel with this kind of, phase, suddenly you will feel that, you know this person from the past, or somebody from the past might just come up, suddenly, and you might feel connected. So it is more likely that you will have that kind of connectivity with people. You will experience that telepathy is working a lot right now. You will think of somebody and something happens, something really erupts from nowhere. You have been, working on a particular job or a project, and that just happens. So you will be more into, that telepathic wavelength, with others. And it will definitely give you that kind of wavelength also, because it is a very, very powerful Virgo sign lunar eclipse, which is happening this year. Okay, so let's not waste more time, and let me start sharing with you the predictive, so that you know what exactly is in store for you all. So let's start with the Aries predictions first. Okay. So on the global level, of course, the eclipses are never that great. And it is in the Virgo Pisces axis. So there can be some kind of some disalignment, or we can say there can be some healthcare issues that we can be experiencing. Healthcare industry needs to be on the toes, starting from now itself. Okay. So change your habits, embrace the changes, and of course the choice is yours, because it is going to be a very demanding kind of a challenging kind of an eclipse, wherein you need to empower your body, soul, spirit, and psychologically you need to be very, very strong and have good connectivity, telepathic connectivity with others, also understand others even more, be a healer. If you want to heal others, you need to first of all heal yourself. Okay, so coming to the sign-wise prediction. So I take up, as you all know, these are based on ascendant, moon, and Dasha. So what is Dasha sign? You have to put up your Kundali from anywhere. You can put it up. If you have your time of birth, date of birth, place of birth, you can just erect the chart. You will get this horoscope and see wherever ascendant AS is written or rising sign. You know, this is also called the rising sign. It's just another term that I use if at all you are confused about that. So it is about the rising sign, and you will get to know more clearly about your self, how the planets are impacting you on your body, on your physical level. Moon is your mental strength, mental setup, and moon and sun only get eclipse, as you know. So it is very important to see from moon also the eclipses. And what is Dasha? Dasha is about your current period that you're running, the phase that you're running, the timelines. That will be the deciding one. Suppose you're in the Dasha of Mercury. Mercury is in Gemini sign, suppose. So make Gemini your first house and see where the transit positions are happening. So from Gemini, this is the 4th house transit. Also, I must tell you that there is a Mercury conjunction. Also, Mercury is about to change signs, and Mercury is participating here as well. So it's a very important and a crucial one. And Venus and Mars are conjunct Saturn. Rahu, Sun, Mercury are together. Saturn is looking at Jupiter. It's in Revati Nakshatra. Sun and Rahu will be in Revati. Of course, Uttar Bhadrapada, which is again the nakshatra ruled by Saturn. And we do have Moon in Hasta, which is Moon's nakshatra. So can you see how the nexus is forming here? So Mars is looking at this zone also. Can you see? So all the planets are in a way forming a connection here, a very strong connection. Okay, I'll be making a separate video on Mars's ingress in Aries, Aquarius sign. So let's start with Aries readings first. So for Aries natives, this transit of this eclipse is happening in your 6th house. Okay, so now here you have to be very careful about your mind, about your body, about your work life, your service, your pets. Maybe you will get some pets during this time home. Rather, you should avoid anything new, you should avoid during this time. You might just be going in for completing your tasks. You might just get involved in some new apprenticeship mentoring program. Or it could be that, you know, you have some complications with your uncles, your aunts, or they fall sick, quite likely. And it is also the time to review all what you have done at the workplace. If you're looking for a new assignment, so this might just trigger that as well. But definitely your co-workers might be leaving you and going during this time, which might just be a little disturbing factor. So you need to be very attentive about your relationship at the workplace with your co-workers, with your bosses. Eat right kind of foods because it is in the 6th house of yours. And you have you might just feel that there are certain, highs and lows at the place of work. Suddenly you feel that people are not appreciating you. There is something which is not you're not getting that kind of direction also. So you must actually be, just be receptive or just take good care of this time period, pass it off. It's just a passing phase. Think like that. Feed the birds or feed the dogs during this time. It is good for you. And it is not just on the eclipse time, I'm saying. It's plasma. That's why I'm making it so well in advance. It's just 1 month still. So it has already started to work, People have started to feel the results when I'm making this video. That is why I'm making this video, because today only I did somebody's reading, and I came to know that that person is feeling the results of the eclipse right now. So you need to have that direction. That confusion definitely is there. So you need to upskill your professional qualities and skills as well. This is not a good time for relationship. It might just swarmed up. It will be swarmed up. You might not be able to accept things which are happening around you, and you will feel that, oh, I really don't want this kind of a relationship. Respect the person. Right now, you must take care of your health. You must take care of your mental setup, because Mars is also looking here. So you might just be very competitive. You might be pushed to do certain things which really don't need to be done right now. Maybe you are signing the agreement, you overlook so many things. You overlook certain things which were supposed to be looked at. So the planets are such, they are going to be pushing you to do certain things which you really never thought of. So that is something which is going to be prevalent with this eclipses time period. So plus minus 1 month. Imagine it is not going to be just lasting for a few days. It's going to be lasting for a couple of months. So you need to be very cautious in and around eclipses time, that you make decisions wisely and not in impulse. And this is also about clearing your clutter. Clear your clutter. It will be really essential for you to work on your surroundings, hygiene, basics. Okay. Take care of the basics and everything will be fine. Coming to the next sign, that is, and I have told you to donate something in whites or anything and use holy basil. That's I've told in the beginning part. Please do watch those, the summary part also, because it is going to be really helpful. So for Taurus natives, this transit of, you know, Moon Ketu, Sun Rahu, that is eclipse, the first lunar eclipse, which is happening in the Virgo and Virgo sign, is going to be on the 25th of March. And it's happening in your 5th house. So 5th house means that it is going to be very important in and around children. So you have to take care of their mental setup. You need to support them right now, or they can be that you are going to be experiencing something which is not right for about them. They can be getting involved in some bad or malpractices or bad habits. You need to take care. It is also the hidden potential that they have. They are not able to utilize it. So you help them, reaching to their goals, achieving their dreams. You need to help them right now. As far as your romance is concerned, you're very creative right now. You can be very creative in your romance. You can be proposing the person also. It is definitely not a bad placement. This will empower to, do things creatively also. But at the same time, there can be some confusion which can be caused in the friendships, in your friend circle. You can have some complications there. So you need to be very careful about all those. As well, and if at all you have any plans for travels, joining any new spontaneous activities, sometimes it happens. So you might be just having all those also working in and around that. You will be working as well. But you don't get trapped by the lucrative offers in and around, eclipses time. You will get some offer and you will accept it, and then you will regret, because it's the 10th house. From the 10th house is the 8th house where the eclipse is happening. So some, what happens, some influential people or the, bosses or seniors, they say that they lure you, they offer you a very strong and a very lucrative offer, and you accept it, and then you realize that that was a trap. So don't get involved in that, status quo. It's okay. I will do it. I will think about it. Don't in impulse think that, oh, I'm going to get a good paycheck, so let me just take it up. No, this is not going to be that kind of a phase. Whenever eclipses time, it is eclipses, you have to take care of your mental setup, because you can go in impulse overboard and make wrong choices and decisions. Take good care of your parents' health also. Take care of your children's health, because it's in the 5th house of yours. There can be some misunderstanding in your relationship. You propose a person, the person declines. So it can be a heartbreak time also. Okay. But surely new friends you will be coming across, and they might just be, also luring you. It's like, some kind of addiction that you just get attracted to something. So that can also happen. So you need to be watchful about these transits. So if I use the word take care, watchful, don't take decisions in impulse. So this means that you need to possibly, if you can, be attentive, if you can be alert, you can avoid certain things, right? You can definitely be forearmed if I'm giving you some forewarning. Okay. So you are going to be passionately very alive in your relationship. You might be spending good time, with your friends, with your, with the current friends, love relationship. And this can also be a good time for a date, especially in and around this time, if at all you're thinking of. But at the same time, I just mentioned that don't get lured, don't get over carried by whatever is, the situation. It might just be it might bring about some surprises in future. Okay. So let's move on to the reading for. And donations, of course, you must do some donations in and around eclipses time. It's always um, a good thing to do. For Gemini natives, this eclipse is going to be taking place in your 4th house zone. And Rahu, Sun are in your 10th, Venus, Saturn, Mars are in your 9th, Jupiter is in your 8th house from 4th. So you see, 4th house is about your family, about your home, about your personal mission, how you align everything. And it is also about, your treasures of life. What you treasure the most is seen from the 4th house. So this is a very positive time for, growth at the workplace, of course. But the essence, that essence should not be, lost, because you're in that road to success, bigger picture. You're getting all sorts of accolades and, recognition. In that, don't forget the essence of your life. That is your family, your home, your environment, your foundation. Because of this eclipse, it can so happen that your family roots, your family foundations might just, shake. So you need to work on that. You can be self-introspective also. You're not able to spend more time with your family with this Moon Ketu conjunction in your 4th house. You can have some fears, some psychological issues you have to deal with also. But at the same time, is it enough? So you need to spend more quality time with your family. And maybe, bosses are changing. So you're pretty much, restless about your, about your work, your workplace. And it can also be that, children are going away from you because it's the 12th house from your 5th house. Mother's health is not good. Any which ways you have to take care during the eclipses time, mothers and fathers' health. Mothers is health and fathers is health. You have to be taking care any which ways. And this is also about your legacy, about your how you take it forward, and about your basic foundation. Don't leave that. You will be very talented. You will be working on yourself at the workplace. You will be getting those claims, and you will be getting those the talents that you are having. You'll be showing all that and you'll be recognized. But what about your basic needs, basic foundations, roots? So that is something that you have to work for. And also 4th house is the when Virgo sign is there in the 4th house, you become very self-critical, and about your place, your house. So you're just getting into the nitty-gritties, and just criticizing all that, what exactly is to be done about your surroundings, how you can make or break. It's like, too much nitpicky. No, this is not in proper place. Oh, this should have been. You're getting too much into the negatives. You're looking at everything around you in a very negative eye. So you need to be more appreciative. You need to just focus on the bigger things, bigger picture. Okay. And don't get worried on small issues. This eclipse might bring about that kind of a behavior of yours as well. But surely this is a good time period to connect with the overseas connections. You might just be traveling also in and around eclipses. You should not. But if you are planning already, this video is coming to you very at an early stage, so you can definitely plan your journeys accordingly as well, and go in for some donations, donate something like some household things to others, help somebody who's in need. Okay. Coming to the next sign, that is Cancer. So for Cancer natives, this eclipse is going to be taking place in your third house. And Rahu and Sun are obviously coming out of your eighth house is definitely a very good thing for you, but it is meeting this Rahu energy in the ninth house. And then the next eclipse happens on the 8th of April. So you need to be really very, very careful because this eclipse is in your third and ninth axis. Now is the time when you can expand beyond the familiar four walls of your mind. Imagine that your way of seeing your world, including your beliefs, your level of education, your knowledge, now this is going to be getting a new perspective, new dimension. Now it is like an expansion time. Now you can do it. It's that kind of a phase. You might be getting into too much getting involved in communication. But communication is effective till to that point only when you are in the center of your mind. It might just be, a superficial kind of a communication. You're not getting into the details of everything. You're maybe doing a presentation. It's a superficial kind of a presentation. You don't have the exact data with you, and you're just for the heck of it, that I must impress my bosses and seniors. So you're lying. So don't do that. So communicate whatever are the facts, whatever are the best things for you. Okay. And the best part about this thing is that you will learn more. You will learn, you will teach if you are into all that. And this is also about your neighborhood. Maybe, you will have complications with your neighbors. So you need to be careful about that. You can have complications with your siblings. You need to work on that. So if you have any kind of communication gap with these people, you can always work on these communication. Changes are happening very rapidly. You will find that things are just moving, they're expanding, and there is lots in store. There's a powerful energy which is waiting for you. So you must use these energies also. And the worldview, the higher education, because it's in the ninth house sun also. So you will expand your horizons during this time. Your lens is going to change. Your perspective is going to change now. Okay. But don't take that kind of risk, which is actually not, required at this juncture, because it's a house of courage, risk-taking ability. So don't go overboard. If you can postpone it, suppose you're going in for applying for visa or any immigration or any kind of documentation, a selling of your property, because it's the 12th house from 4th. So it might just be giving some troubles. So you need to just go through the process and take it easy rather than, just maybe you're writing the form, you're just filling up the form and there is a mistake, which is, which can't be rectified. So you need to really be alert. You need to take care when you're writing and signing any documents, filling up the forms, etc. Also, maybe you're going in for the university and you're filing all the papers, etc. You fill up and you just make a huge mistake. It can just be, it can cost you a lot. So you need to be very careful about all these things as well. Get into that meditation zone, get more spiritual, get more into the conversations with people who can guide you through, rather than, just thinking that I can do it all myself. This is not going to help you. So you need to work on your mental setup during this time, take the help of others and communicate rather than communicating half-baked information or delivering something which is not right, which is just not going to help anyone. So if you're a teacher also, this is the time period when you need to be really working on your mental setup also. Okay, like you need to be really, you know, okay, something just went wrong. Okay. So you need to be really careful about your mental setup. Some teachers also teachers can make mistakes, right? Huge mistakes, which can cost a lot, heavy price that children have to face, students have to face. So if you're a teacher, don't deliver wrong things, don't convey wrong things, make the best of, bring the best of your version to make the best version of others. Okay. Coming to the next sign, that is Leo. And please donate something during the eclipses time for sure. Keep something on that day, 25th, and donate on the 26th, in your house. So for Leo natives, this transit is happening over your second house and second and eighth axis. So this is the time period, when you need to make certain very important decisions as regards to your finances, as regards to your money, as regards to your resources, your possessions, your family, your environment in totality, where you feel safe. This is a house of security, basically. So that trust you have to develop, how you can, do it all in a magical way. So you have to work on yourself during this time period. It can isolate you also, that you're working too much about it and you're just going into the, deeper meaning of, maybe you want to make money out of money and you're just thinking too much about it. So you're just isolating yourself and you're just thinking about it all the time and having sleep disorder. You're thinking, so that fear, comes in whenever the eclipses happen. But it is going to give you the direction also, how you can be more transparent, how you can be more well equipped in gaining that kind of strength. It can be giving you that kind of psychological investigation. Some kind of transformation is also happening in you because it's the eighth house where Rahu energy is. So you're going to be working on your possessions, your intimate relations, your sexuality, how you can have a deeper bond with your partner, and the material and immaterial world, both. There has to be a very strong connection, so that gapping the bridge, that is going to be happening during this time. Simply put, you are going to be changing the patterns now. You're going to be working in a very different manner. You're going to be working on the financials to run the family, to run the household. So you are going to be maybe, repaying all your taxes and loans, and, all that is also coming to an end. This is the eighth house where the eclipse is happening from your seventh house. So you need to take care of your partner's health. Your communication with you in your relationship might just go for, some kind of overhauling, or maybe there is some kind of misunderstanding which needs to be sorted. You might be planning some travels also for growth, for enhancement of financials. But because Sun during this month is in your eighth house, you need to take care of your health. You need to take care of your health. April 8th is your second eclipse, which is the solar eclipse in your eighth house. And that's visible in the US. And it's going to be after, say, so many years. It's now next is going to be after 2044. It's a very, very powerful eclipse which is happening and visible also. So be prepared, from now itself, that yes, I have to work on my finances. I have to work on my relationships, health. So these areas you need to work on. Okay. Coming to the next sign, that is Virgo. For Virgo natives, this transit, the eclipse, the two eclipses which are happening in your 1-7 axis. And when it is in your first house, there's a lot of insecurity, a lot of confused state of mind that you're going to be going through in the first house of yours. Because, it is considered to be something which, people get insecure, feel that, nothing is working their way. Your own identity, actually, your identity suffers. It gets eclipsed. People will not recognize you. You will keep doing your work, but they will not. So keep doing your work. It's not that you will not get the accolades or you will not get that acknowledgement. You will stop. No, that's not the end, right? So you need to work on your mental setup right now. This is all illusionary. Remember, eclipses are the phenomena which are here to teach us that don't think which is illusionary and dwell on that. This is going to get over. The eclipses are for the time period which is going to come to tell you, teach you that no, this is just a temporary phase. And this is all illusion that you're expecting the world to behave with you. You're expecting the world to give you that kind of shine and, take you, all those recognition and all that you're looking for. Focus on the relationships. Build on your relationships. Build on your personal, interpersonal relationships. Negotiate for the agreements or, any kind of contracts that you're getting ahead for. That is something which will give you that self-discovery, right? So you might just have independent thoughts, thought process might be isolating. You might just have new choices coming your way. There can be some risks that you have to take also, and some new beginnings coming your way. So you need to either be the person who is going to take it forward, or you can be the person who can bring it all down and break this castle which has been built in a day. So because it's a very, very powerful eclipse, be more analytical. Don't be self-critical. It's a Virgo sign. You can be self-critical, right? And don't depend on other people to acknowledge you, please. That's something which is not going to help anyone. None. Work, even if you're working in isolation, you must not self-criticize yourself. You must always appreciate yourself. When you stand in front of the mirror, you should say, yes, I can do it. Yes, I am something. I am everything. I am the best. It's not arrogance. I'm not saying out of arrogance. It's just that it will become your nature then. You will start, it will reflect in your work. So you need to do it, you have to start from somewhere. You can't just be, giving in and get bogged down by what the others are saying, what others are feeling. There can be some jealousy around you. People can be jealous around this time. Shadow, the people shadow your personality. There can be some complications in your relationship that you have to go through, sort it out all out. You can be on the, weight loss also mode also. If at all you want to gain weight and you're not able to, so this is not the time period. You might just be losing weight because of your health issue. So you need to take care of your health any which ways. You might just be changing your dressing style. It could be that you are wearing something which a saint wears, a saintly dressing, like a priest. It is like, that embodiment, of your identity, just in isolation. So it is like, you won't even feel like combing your hair in and around this time, which is not right. You might be feeling this way, but you should come out of it. You should not feel that, your image is blemished or you're not able to come up, in a better way. You all can do it. Recognize yourself rather than getting recognition from others. Okay. If at all you're in a relationship, this is a little difficult phase. If you are looking for a relationship, avoid. The partner can be very, very demanding. So you need to work on your relationship deeply now, not just superficially. Mars is also looking from the 6th house. So this is a very, very strong period for litigation and all. You can get entrapped in all this. So you need to work on or take care of all these things. You cannot avoid certain things, but you can be alert. When you're driving, you need to be careful, that, oh, I have to be in this lane, in the right path, so that I don't get a ticket. Isn't it? So when somebody tells you that this is like a child will try putting his finger in the candle, which is a burning candle, will do it, out of inquisitiveness, out of curiosity, will do it. But how can you do it? How can you stop that boy, that child? Because the child doesn't know. So if you're told that this is not right, you will not do it, or you will do it and learn your lesson. The child will go and do it. If you stop him, he will still do it, and he will burn his finger, and then he will come to know, oh, this hurts. So when an astrologer is saying something that don't do it, this is not the time period to go for any kind of relationship, signing of agreement, business startups, etc. Avoid for a month or so. If you can just postpone it, all the more better, isn't it? So if you will do it, then again, you will learn your lesson and you will then come back to the astrologer, isn't it? So it's better that you follow the advice and just avoid doing things which are going to be, giving you some problem. Okay. Coming to the next sign, that is Libra. So for Libra natives, this eclipse is happening in your 12 and 6 axis. That is in your 12th house axis. Sorry. Okay. So it is happening in your 12th house, basically. See, 12th house is the house of isolation. People work in isolation to gain that power, that how we can be improvising, self-introspection, how I can get better. This is also about imprisonment, hospitalization, expenditures, many things we see from a particular zone. It is also about your psychological belief systems. You might be self-defeating. You can bring yourself down also when you talk about the 12th house energies. So it is all up to you now, because eclipses, you can make them really good, really make the best use of them also. Now here, when it is in your 12th house, now you're working, empowering your body, mind, spirit, psychological order. This is the time period that you need to contemplate to do things in a better way, right? It's about your goal fulfillment. It is about your dream fulfillment also. How your hidden potential can shine and come out, This eclipse will definitely give you that. Mark my words. A very beautiful time for all the encounters with yourself, with your spiritual consciousness. You can be into that meditative zone also. It could be that you're going to be into that, end of cycle zone. Okay, everything is now over. Let me start afresh. Now I have understood the real meaning of this. Now I can handle things. How you can facilitate yourself, your interest in spiritual powers, in your, reinvigoration, those energies, how you can develop. So this is going to be the time period where you're going to be working on yourself, on your powers, on your, on your hidden talents. This is a very, very, very positive time period for that reason also. In case you have any kind of connection with the overseas people, you want to go to a foreign land, you want to connect with someone, maybe it could be some spiritual guru you want to connect with, or some kind of job you want to start. So this will give you those kinds of opportunities as well. It is not a negative thing which is happening completely. So you need to work on your mental setup right now. enhance yourself, upgrade yourself mentally and emotionally. So isolation is sometimes helpful also. When you're working, in concentration, that concentration is required. So when you are in that isolation zone, you really help yourself also at times. Take good care of your health. I repeat all the time for Libra people, because Rahu is in the 6th house, Ketu is in the 12th house. It's a very spiritual, it's a very, very karmic kind of an eclipse for you. You will definitely, rise um, after this eclipse. You will shine, in fact, you will experience that uh, paraphysical, we say. I think so. That paraphysical, or we can say that psychic, experience. That will be the one which is going to change you forever. It's happening after 18 years, after all, in your 12th house. This Ketu is transiting after 18 years, sorry. After 18 years. Jupiter transits after 12 years. So 18 years, if at all you're in that zone, where you have your maybe, in 20s or in your 30s. So this is a very powerful eclipse, a very, very heavy eclipse. So just take good care of your health, as I said. Maybe you're traveling, you're settling overseas, all that planning is going on. And not a good time for any kind of litigation, court cases, taking loans, etc. It is not that great. Okay. Connection with the foreigners and connection with the overseas people is definitely going to be helpful. It is going to upgrade you. You will learn a lot. Maybe some mentor from the overseas will help you. Okay. Coming to the next sign, that is Scorpio. See, you must understand that the eclipses are very karmic. They are very, very karmic. They have global impact even more than the individual impact. So when we talk about this eclipse, which is happening in your 11th house, so this is about you quitting your karma with your friends, the community you move around in. Okay. It is going to give you a lot of creativity also. It is going to give you that joy, that pleasure as well. But you have to you have to extract the happiness from the current situation rather than the situation being created. You are going to be creating only the happiness which is existing, which the situation which is existing. So this is like, if you are in at a workplace, you are not getting that kind of um, acknowledgement. People are just disgracing you. They're just not appreciating what you're doing. So you have to work on yourself. You cannot change the situation. With the eclipses, in and around eclipses, this feeling will increase. You will find that you're just going on doing. People are not helping me. I'm all by myself. There is no support which is there. So you will feel all that. Be authentic. You yourself, you have to have that faith in yourself and derive happiness out of your situation yourself. Empower yourself. Okay. So it is embracing the future also. It's a house of embracing the future. Your goals, your hopes, your wishes, your dreams, your network, your friends, your circle that you move around in, how you can be more progressive. So this eclipse is going to teach you all that. So it's better that you be receptive and learn how you can be, a contribution rather than just extraction. Give love to others. Don't be always on the receiving sides, on the recipient side. Be a giver. Be a caregiver. Just try to help others. Eclipses, if you will ask me, oh, what about the material? Vanita is going on talking about spiritual realms. Materially, there are so many other planets which are working. It's Ketu. Ketu is not material. So if somebody is talking about the material realms and giving you predictions about that, it's all, I will not use the word, but it is all crap. I was about to use some other word, which is not correct. I don't use language like that on this platform, especially. So we must be careful of those kinds of people also who are just trying to derail the mental setup. So please, this is the time period you need to change your mental setup, your perspective. Be helpful to others. Be more spontaneous. Don't just be, like, okay, I will do it. Procrastination, all that happens, in eclipses time period. So how you can be a contribution, how you can help the people around you, your community around you, that is something which is going to actually uplift you also, your friend circle also, your surroundings also. If you ask me about your financials, it's just a temporary phase. So everything depends on your personal chart. Eclipse is only for a day, but impacts us mentally. And they are very karmic. From the past, we have to quit something. That is why after 18 years, it's happening in your 11th house. So quit your karma with your friends around you. Okay. Coming to the next sign, that is Sagittarius. For Sagittarius people who have their ascendant moon Dasha sign in the Sagittarius sign, so this eclipse is going to be in your 10th house. When I will talk about Rahu, I will talk about material realms. So please don't push me to talk about those things which are not required right now. Let's stick on to the lunar eclipse, which is with Ketu. See, 10th house is how you align your life and your work, your karma, basically. Now you will recognize what exactly is missing at the place of work. What is it that you need to align first to get that kind of quitting of karma, that kind of dream fulfillment, how you can be more... see, Ketu is not public image. Ketu will not take you to the higher places, Ketu is not that kind of a planet. It's not that kind of a graha. And whenever, Rahu Ketu are in the Kendra, they're transiting in the Kendra, in the dual sign especially, So you tend to get options, choices even more. It's a dual sign, no? And also in the Kendra means you will be changing. Some changes are definitely coming your way. So now you are working on your public image, your personal calling, how I can be recognized in the community, how I can contribute towards others. So that theme should be there on the back of your mind when you are at the place of work. In the professional realm, you're going to be doing definitely better, but you need to put your heart and soul into it, because it is not going to be, like a cakewalk for you. At the workplace, people will conspire against you, people will backstab you, people will speak something against you also. How you can, on the psychological plane handle things. How strong are you psychologically? That is what this eclipse is trying to indicate. Eclipses are reminder calls. Remember, what is the sheen that is lost and how you can maintain that sheen. So when Ketu is in your 10th house, it is up to you how you are going to be positive, how you can spread that positive energy around you with the people around you. They're expecting something from you. Maybe help them. Okay. Don't be self-critical. Don't expect too much at the workplace. Just lie low. This is not the time to think of, what the others are saying, what the others are doing, what the others are giving me, what the others are not. So this is not that kind of a time period. You need to be in that solo zone, isolation zone, and work and unconditionally give. Just keep doing your job, isn't it? Like, you can't give means you don't have to physically give something to anybody, but be giving. Just do your thing. Okay. With this, Rahu is as it is in your 4th house. I will be making a separate solar eclipse video also, maybe sometime in the future, very soon. because I'm traveling, and as you know, it's very difficult for me to, you know, um, do the videos when I'm traveling also. So here Mars is also aspecting this zone. So you might just get very agitated during this time periods at the workplace. So the agitation could be that you're aggressively working and completing your tasks. That could be also the case, no? Why not that way? Work that way. Okay. So overall, I think this is a very life-changing and a foundational period for you. Some changes definitely are anticipated. Your bosses might leave, or they're changing, or they can be that you are going to be having some change in your job profile also. So be prepared for all those things as well. But be prepared mentally that you are strong, you are good for everything, you can do it all. Okay. Don't get bogged down by what others are saying. Okay. Coming to the next sign, that is Capricorn. Capricorn. So for Capricorn, natives, what is natives? Somebody was asking what is natives. Natives is like ascendant, moon, dasha sign wise. Whosoever has their prominent graha also, dasha also of Capricorn planet. So please, for you people, this is the eclipse which is happening in your ninth house. Now, ninth house is the house of uh, your belief system, the world view, how you look at others, your belief system, your wisdom, your foreign travels, your gurus, also your higher education. You might just be getting into the spiritual realms now. How you can just, change the picture towards better, how you can use the potential that you have in a better way. Now, this eclipse is a very foundational eclipse for that. You will learn, you will be more involved in some kind of clearance of you will be clearing the clutter around you, in okay, no, I don't need to think negative right now. There is a lot of kachara in our head also at times. What happens, kachara is we use in it's a Hindi term. So the dirt, the polluted mindset, so that kachara is going to get cleared off. So when you're clearing that clutter, that mental setup, so you're going to be getting that clarity now. Okay, this is what is actually the right way to look at things. So, that lens, that glass is changing with this eclipse. You're definitely going to be learning a lot. You're going to be exploring the world. You're traveling. You're meeting your guru, your mentor. You're going to be really upgrading yourself. And this is definitely the time period when you will be looking at the picture in a very different manner. Good to connect with your father life figures. Do take care of your parents' health. As I always say, in eclipses time, if they are suffering, you need to take care of them during this time period. Okay. Otherwise, it's a very it's a beautiful time period, because when your lens is changing, that means you're looking at the picture in a very different and a very positive manner also. So this is going to teach you how you can grow, how you can open the the world for you, which is waiting for you, how you can reach out. And this is also the one which is going to help you accomplish your goals. Go to a meditation center, relax, rejuvenate yourself, learn more about your religion, about your spiritual pursuits. Be more meditative. Ketu is meditative. Ketu is isolation. So it might just take you to that isolation zone. Maybe you're going to be traveling vacations, but to that place where you want to learn something and grow spiritually. So that is something which is this Ketu energy giving you. So use this and forgive others. Forget everything. Just focus on your own growth. How you are growing. How are you behaving? It's up to you. It's you who has to, change. It's me who has to work on myself. Nobody else will, isn't it? So we all need to work on ourselves if we are a Capricorn rising, okay, or a moon sign. And maybe, you can have some complications with your neighbors, with your siblings. You need to figure that out. And of course, this is a good time to plan your journeys and travels to the retreat or to a spiritual or a ashram or something. Coming to the next sign, that is Aquarius. For Aquarius natives, this eclipse is going to be in your 8th house. Okay. Okay. Ketu is transiting your 8th house, so we can't help it. It is going to be in the 8th house, of course. 8th house is the hidden realms, actually, occult, something which is like, illusion, insecurities. Actually, there's true resources. What is your hidden potential? Transformation. So this is what is the 8th house energy about. And when the eclipse is happening in the 8th house, your attitude towards your possession is going to change. Towards your intimate relationships is going to change. You're going to be, like looking at the hidden realms now in a very different perspective. There can be some psychological changes, transformation, health wise also, and mentally also. You're going to be working on yourself. Some kind of inheritance that we see, you might just be working on your financials, other people's money. Now is the time when you are going to be changing the way you look at things. It's going to change. Okay. Now you're going to be also thinking about growth, how you can be a better person, what are the gifts, the talents that you have. So now you will be able to utilize them. Something will die away and something new will start. Something has to end. Eclipses are those kinds of time periods. Something has to end. Spiritually, you're going to be very, very, you'll be growing. There can be some magic which can happen, and you just do something, you get that kind of direction which you have been, you lost with Ketu in the 8th house. So now you're going to be, after the eclipse, the first eclipse of the year, the lunar eclipse, you will get that clarity mentally. It's going to impact you mentally. Sun is the confidence level. Rahu and Sun conjunction, I'm not worried about that much. But Moon Ketu, I'm really worried, because it is actually, giving you a lot of insecurity in life. This Ketu and Moon conjunction. But financially, you're going to be, not financially, but that growth, that inner growth, that's the finance. I call that my inner finance. That's going to grow. You're going to be understanding your self-worth, and you're not dependent on money for that. Money is not finance. I call that finance the inner finance, the growth, the inner you. How you can, just conquer those emotions and grow. What is it that is giving you that lesson that you're waiting for, that lesson you have to learn? It's not that it's going to happen overnight. That's why this video came in so early. Because more than the solar eclipse, I am always worried about the lunar eclipse. Because it actually, if you're mentally strong, you can handle anything, I think, in the world. I've seen people with just 1 rupee or $1 in their pocket, and they are just, living like a king from heart. I have seen that myself. And then they grow, and then they grow. And when they grow, they just, they are doing for others now, because they have attained that hard way, right? So don't worry. This is a transformation energy. You will have insecurities. You will have your fears, which is correct, which is definitely positive, possible. But you have to work on your talents, the hidden talents. Don't give up. This is not the time to give up. Okay. Rehear what I said. Coming to the last sign, that is Pisces. So for Pisces natives, the eclipse is going to be in your 7th house. And Rahu is already in your 1st house, and you're going to be experiencing some kind of problems in your relationship. That's what is the 7th house about. Seventh house is about your other people, actually. How's your relationship with others? How you feel about others? How you can be a better person for others, like doing for others. Now, this is going to be a very positive time period for that reason. See, seventh house energy, I have always seen that whenever there are eclipses, it brings about some new things in the relationship, some chemistry and bonding, that changes. Something changes. You need to complete your relationship rather than compete with each other. That is something that is partnership. That is something that is bonding. It could be with your friend, it could be with your mother, it could be with your father, it could be anybody apart from you, your partner, your spouse, your relation, your romance, anybody. First house is you and seventh house is the others, the people, the other people in the world. So you have to be more motivated. You have to be more motivating to others. You have to behave in a very composed manner. When Rahu is over the Lagna, what happens? It's transiting the Lagna. What is it doing? It is giving you that illusion. There's a picture which is forming, which is not true. But the opposite energy, that is Ketu, which hasn't consumed the nectar, the nectar didn't go down. So Ketu is always looking up, he says, I'm just nothing. I'm just a nobody. I need to do more. I need to do really more. I need to work harder to attain that. So what happens, when your seventh house has a Ketu and there's an eclipse there, the partner changes a lot. That churning happens in the partner a lot, the other people. You will find that, your expectation from others, that exponentially grows, and other people will start, trying to, they will try to, how to say this, they will try to help you. They will try to be by your side. They are always completing you rather than you expecting too much. They are not expecting anything from you. You think that, they are my enemies. They're not agreeing upon with me. They are so isolated. They're so indifferent. During this eclipse, you will feel those energies, but don't think that this is a negative time period. It's just that the other person is also trying hard to actually, complete the relationship and not to overshadow the process. So you, rather than looking for your own identity, working on yourself, you should actually try to develop that kind of interest in the partner, in the relationship, work on that. The other person is not here just to do it all alone by themselves. So that is something you need to figure that out, and the earlier the better. Okay. And this definitely is going to be a very positive time to understand each other, to go in sync with each other. Because if first house is weak, so does the seventh. And if seventh is weak, so does the first. They both complement each other. They complete each other. So you need to work together. We all need to work together. And with this eclipse, which is happening in the seventh house, you need to work more harder. If the other person is, so should you. Okay. So I hope you all enjoyed the readings, and I hope this eclipse is going to give you a lot of learning. We all must learn during the eclipse's time. When I'm making this video, I am myself, learning my own lessons, because I also have some planetary positions which are working, So I need to also change. I also need to respect others and what others are doing, rather than, just saying against anyone and talking against anybody. No, it's not really worth it. I'm doing my thing. Everybody's doing their own thing. Why to discuss and talk about others, isn't it? I'm working on this, and I'm sure I will be coming out with flying colors. And this eclipse definitely is going to help me as well grow to a better person and a better human being. Thank you so much to the ones who are connected with me from a long time, and to the ones who have just started following me. Stay connected, stay blessed. Om Tat Sat.